contender is into the jump-off as well, the winner of the Rolex Grand Prix.
Welcome to the Slam Show, the home of everything that defines the Rolex Grand Slam of show jumping. I am Jeroen Dubbeldam, back as your host. And today we're coming to you from the incredible, the Dutch Masters, right before the highly anticipated Rolex Grand Prix, first of the 2025 season. In this edition, we'll take a look back at some of the most exciting moments from the CHI in Geneva, and hear from some of the top riders who have made their mark in the sport. Today's show features Harry Smolders' remarkable recent victory at the CHI Geneva, where he achieved an incredible feat in the Rolex Grand Slam. We will also bring you behind the scenes here at the Dutch Masters.
Hello!
Before diving into that story, let's have a look at the top 3 performances of the Rolex Grand Prix in Geneva. Harry Smolders and Monaco. They have an impressive number of podiums at majors, but never won any. Like Martin in Spruce Meadows, Harry is the first one to go into this jump-off. They're looking really fast. Now on their way to the last Rolex vertical. Oh, super. As last to go, McLean Ward was faster than him actually, but had the last Rolex vertical down. Julia Martinengo, Marguet and Delta de Lille was our pick also in CHI Geneva Slam Show, and we did well. She's having a really good round. Really good to the last vertical, and in the end only 3 seconds slower than Harry Smolders. Gilles Thomas and Hermitage Cologne. They've been second at the Spruce Meadows Masters in 2022. They go as 8 out of 10 into this thrilling jump-off. They're having a perfect round. Maybe in the end not fast enough, but beautiful round to watch. Fantastic rider with this fantastic horse, Hermitage Cologne. On their way to the last 2 fences, the Rolex Oxer and the last Rolex vertical. A beautiful jump. And they ended up being third in the end in this fantastic Rolex Grand Prix. And now we are going to have a chat with Harry Smolders. Harry, good to have you here. Congratulations, of course, on your victory at Rolex Grand Prix at Geneva. You've been competing many years already at the Rolex Grand Slam. Second, third, few times, several times on the podium. Now your victory in Geneva, can you describe this?
To win one is very special. It gives you an incredible feeling to win a Grand Slam. Takes a little bit of pressure away. Now you've done it once and now you want to do it again.
I guess so. This is something very special. I mean, this is top of the bill in our sport, of course.
For me it was also kind of a relief, but also for my horse Monaco, I think, like you say, he has been so many times second in his life and in his career. He was a bit on his way to become a champion without title.
Yeah.
And I think now he gets the recognition he deserves.
Yeah.
And that felt like a weight off my shoulders.
Yeah. Is he your best horse ever in your career? Can you say that?
I had several. I mean, I think we do a bit short on the others if I say, but definitely Monaco is probably my best horse. What he did, the consistency he showed over the years, he's been important for the Dutch team. World Cup finals in Grand Prix, and like we say, it's enormous the amount of second places he had throughout his career. But then with this victory in the Rolex Grand Prix of Geneva under his belt, I think that felt for me definitely something that he should have on his list.
So how do you feel now as a Rolex live contender? We're here at the Dutch Masters, home crowd, live contender.
It's a super feeling. I mean, we know that the Dutch Masters is for us always a really special show. We came here already when we were in our childhood, and this is where we got the first time in touch with the international show jumping. And I think here we got inspired to become a show jumper. And then here as a live contender, I live close to this show. A lot of family, a lot of people that we know come here, and that is already special. And then as a live contender, it makes it unbelievable.
Yeah, this will be very exciting. Very curious what's going to happen in the Rolex Grand Prix. So tell me, Harry, outside you're competing, whenever you're not competing, that won't be so often, but whenever you're not competing, is there any other hobbies or sports that you follow or maybe do? I know you're a fan, or actually you were a good soccer player. You still follow soccer or other things?
No, we follow definitely the soccer. Of course, we follow PSV Eindhoven, that is also a bit close to us, or the biggest club. But also Champions League.
They're struggling a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment against Arsenal maybe.
And yeah, it's maybe a general question, but it's always nice for young riders or junior riders or young kids that start to ride to have some advice from a rider as you. What would you suggest?
Yeah, I was just telling in another interview that, like, now we are at the age or that we have to inspire the next generations, and I think, like, often is my advice, like, I think you should at a younger age also teach other people, teach other riders, because you will become a better rider yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Thank you so much, Harry. You're an inspiring rider I think for everybody. We wish you the best of luck. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So now let's have a look behind the scenes. There's a whole world behind the scenes. The world from the grooms. The grooms that travel with our horses to the shows all over the world. It's a world on its own. Let's have a look into one of the trucks of the grooms.
Hello! So today we are in the truck from Harry Smolders. We're gonna make a little round. So here we are in the horse part where I fit all the horse during the travel, which is full equipped also with the cameras. That is really handy when I drive, and then I can keep an eye on the horse with all the ventilation and windows and everything. So here we can fit like 6 horses, but now I have only 3 with me. Then I split a little bit to put the stuff in there. And then we're gonna have a little round to the living, where I'm living in my house. So we have a little coming in, and then we have the shower and bedroom. We have some closet to hang the stuff. And then here we are like in the main room, where is the little living, like the little couch, little table. And then we have the bed also, a little kitchen, also with the airco, and we have the oven. And that my truck is my house, that's for sure. When you're in the truck, then okay, you know you're in the truck, but you feel like you're home. The motivation is, first, I love to be with the horse, and it's also all the adrenaline that you can get going to the show, and then, because you never know what can happen.
And now a word from the organizer. The Dutch Masters, one of the 4 prestigious events of the Rolex Grand Slam, the last edition of the founding members, like the Australian Open in tennis, and it's known for its excellent atmosphere. Today we are privileged to have with us Marcel Hunze. Marcel, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We know each other for years now, and we've been working together last year for the first time a little bit. I was starting a little bit in my role as a sports director. I think we can bring a lot of experience together in this event. But I was wondering, when did this whole thing with the Dutch Masters start for you?
Well, I was asked in 2004 to become actually organizer of the event. So we started almost 20 years ago with the event. Originally, I come from the tennis world, organizing an ATP WTA tennis tournament close by. So we started 20 years ago and developing the event like it is today. I think, especially since we are part of the Rolex Grand Slam, there has been a lot of improvement and evaluation of the event like we are here today.
We have a strong field this year, 8 out of top 10, 26 out of the top 30 riders are here. Does this help for ticket sale, or are there other reasons to sell the ticket?
Yeah, well, first of all, we are very happy with the strong field. We are very happy with having 2 legends of the equestrian world in our team, like Ankie van Gunsven as our president and Jeroen Dubbeldam as our new sport director. So, well, they all have done a great job. And also for ticket sales, we are doing very fine. We are sold out already more than a month ago for the Rolex Grand Prix on Sunday. Yeah, it looks very good.
How do you see the sports evaluation after COVID?
We had a shocking experience in 2020 with the COVID. We were the first event that was cancelled about 1 hour before we started. So we are quite experienced with the COVID situation. But we have seen a growth in sports events in general, I believe. The fans are really motivated to be present again. The companies are motivated. So, yeah, it has been a difficult situation for all the event organizers. But nowadays, I think, yeah, we have become stronger.
So we have the Rolex Grand Prix coming up. Any favorite?
Well, of course. I mean, for us, it's a very special edition with Harry Smolders, one of our local Dutch heroes. After winning Geneva, I think, yeah, it will be very exciting.
We, of course, have a few ones to watch. One of them is also Willem Greve. For sure, you remember his great victory last year here at the Rolex Grand Prix on Sunday. What do you expect from him?
He did such an amazing job last year. He is very motivated, so he's one of the guys to look at.
Well, Marcel, it was a pleasure talking to you. I wish you all the best for the rest of the day. Let's go and enjoy a wonderful Rolex Grand Prix.
Yeah, so are you looking forward to the Rolex Grand Prix this year?
I am really.
First edition as sport director?
Yes, I'm a bit nervous for it. I hope everything goes well, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So now we are going to see the other ones to watch. Our first one to watch is Lily Keenan from the United States of America. She is the youngest addition to the selection. This will be her second Rolex Grand Slam participation, and she can be impressively fast. Our next one to watch is Ben Mayer, the former Olympic champion. British, but competing in Florida during the winter season. With an Olympic medal, he knows how to compete under pressure at majors. Our last one to watch is Kent Farrington, also from the United States of America. He's been winning several Grand Prix already this year in Florida and is in form. It is one of his first times here at the Dutch Masters. We know he's one of the fastest riders in the circuit. He traveled across the pond, and it will not be to eat a bossenbolle. As you can see, Lily Keenan is one of the riders to watch this weekend, and we're here now with Lily. Welcome, Lily. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Is this your first time here at the show?
This is my first time at the Dutch Masters. Yeah, not my first Rolex Grand Slam, but my first time at the Dutch Masters.
And how many times did you ever ride a Rolex Grand Slam?
I've ridden in Spruce Meadows at the Masters 2 times, but this is really kind of the beginning of when I think I have a real shot.
And what are your first impressions here at the Dutch Masters? You like it?
I love it here. I
Really?
love it. Yeah, I love the big shows in Europe, but you just know when you walk in the place that it's so special, and I'm really excited to get going.
More plans for more shows now this trip, or only the Dutch Masters?
So right after this week, I go back to Florida and I do the League of Nations next week in Ocala. Then I do the final Rolex Grand Prix in America in Wellington, the US Open.
Of course.
And then I'll come back here for Basel and then a
Very
bit
good.
more in the summer.
And what horses did you bring?
This weekend, I brought 2 stallions. I brought Kick On for the big classes, and then I brought Opium for the second classes.
Opium, famous horse here in Holland.
Yes.
Breeding
Yes,
stallion.
yes, breeding
Very
stallion,
good.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about your other horse.
Kick On, he is a 10-year-old stallion that I actually bought about a year and a half ago now. He was very inexperienced. Last year only jumped his first 5-star Grand Prix and actually won it with me. So we kind of quickly moved up the ranks. This is by far the biggest show he's been to yet, but I'm really excited about him for the future.
Has he any experience indoor shows? Or not so
Very
much, then?
little experience in indoor shows. He is a horse from England, so he obviously showed a bit national there indoor. And then last year I did some World Cup qualifiers in America, but only 2. So it's a little bit of a surprise to go indoor again, but he's pretty much great everywhere I've brought him.
So you're based much more or less in America, in the US. Where will that be? Is that Wellington, Florida?
So during the winter months, I have my own stable in Wellington, Florida. Then really in the autumn, we're in Greenwich, Connecticut, just outside of New York City. So my family is in New York. And then this year for the summer, we will be in Europe.
And Lily, about whenever you're not competing, or I mean, you're most of the times competing.
Yeah.
I see you always
A
every
lot,
weekend
yeah.
all on the shows. But there's for sure moments when you're not competing. Is
For
there
sure.
hobbies, any other sports that you follow or whatever?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm on the road so much. So when I do have a moment off, I like to spend it with my family. And I love sports in general. My brother actually was a professional hockey player
Really?
in Europe, yeah. So I probably like watching that sport the most, second to show jumping. But my hobbies now really are kind of few and far between. I like to read a lot, but I don't do so much in terms of outside of horses. I teach a lot, so
I see that, yeah.
Yeah,
Whenever
yeah, I
I'm in
really enjoy
Wellington, I
teaching,
see you
yeah.
busy with young kids,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
that's
So
good.
I try to stay involved in the sport in
How
every
do
way
you
I can.
focus with these kids? What kind of lessons in riding or even in life you give these children?
I think that being a coach, you have a huge influence on a young person's whole personality, their life, and their outlook. And I've had positive influences and negative influences in my life, and I'm grateful that I've had a couple very, very influential, fantastic teachers. So I try to always leave a positive impact. I really focus on position and forward riding, and I try to be a support system and someone that they can look up to.
Very interesting. Impressive. Lily, I wish you a lot of luck in the Rolex
you.
Grand Prix. Wish you
Thank
all
you.
the best. And who knows, maybe you're going to be the new Rolex Life contender.
Maybe, let's hope.
And then we'll see you in Aachen.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. What a journey it has been here at the Dutch Masters, exploring the passion that makes the Grand Slam of show jumping. In a few minutes, this arena will come alive, where the best riders of the world are going to try to win this prestigious Rolex Grand Prix. Thank you for joining us at the Slam Show. We will see you in July at the CHIO in Aachen.